Let me get started here. So, okay. So first thing what you need to understand is, can I have this particular multiple test.ng XML files? See, you created file 1 and file 2 and file 3 and file 4. Now you created multiple files, right? Now from these particular files, can I execute all these particular files from single test.ng XML file?
Sir, your screen is not visible at whiteboard.
No, we are not able to see your screen.
Actually, it is visible.
No, it's whiteboarding in progress.
Whiteboarding
Only
in
for the
progress.
members.
Huh?
Not able to see, sir.
Here is written the organization only allows members to participate.
Okay. Now are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
See, now here I have file 1, file 2, file 3, so on. I have 10 files. Now from this particular 10 files, can I operate all these 10 files with one single test.ng XML file?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure that can we access all these 10 files with one single test.ng XML file?
No, sir.
Yes, sir, we can.
Inside the classes tag, we can add all the classes.
See, even though if you have 1,000 files also, it can be handled with one test.ng XML file. Now, for an example, for the namesake, can I create, for example, for the first 10 files with one XML file, next 10 files with one XML file, next 10 files with the another XML file? Can I create this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this is also possible.
Yes.
This is also possible. Now, why we need to create different XML files? It is ease of use. For an example, in the real time, we will be using with mobile, we'll be using with API, we'll be using with the web, we'll be using with the desktop. So for every different things, because in web I might have 10 to 20 files, I'll be using with this particular web XML file. This is how we'll be segregating it. So all the files can be controlled within one single XML file, or you can segregate that one according to the layers, and then you can control with them. Now, what can I change these particular names? For example, test.ng.xml file would be there. Now, if I'm creating it, it would be creating it 1, 2, 3, like this. It would be creating it. So now, if I wanted to create with this one, can I change this particular name?
Yes, sir, we can.
So
Yes, sir, we
this
can
is
see.
also possible, because these are the basic beginner mistakes which it will be done. So we will not understand, hey, can I create multiple test.ng XML files, or can I have multiple means with a single file, can I have handle all the files, or can I rename this particular name? Will it be impacting to me? Nothing will happen. Everything will works. Now, how I should control this particular test.ng XML file? First thing, you need to understand your hierarchy. Any particular XML files, the first line would be the common. You don't need to understand this. Means this will talks about what is this particular encoding technique this particular test.ng XML file is using it. So which is the UFT-8. This encoding technique it is using it, and then the version which it is using it is 1.0. Now, what it will be talking about it is doc type suit. So now here what it was trying to do is, so this is the basic file which it going to support. Okay, so this is the technology where it can be taking care or support for the next further steps. This XML file belongs to this particular test.ng group. So you understand that in such a way that, so the first line will talk about the version of XML file, and then the encoding technique which it used for this particular XML, and then this is supported by TestNG. So these are the two lines, and this is the common two lines, and just by default you can copy and paste on it. You don't need to worry about this one at all. Now here, if you see, first it starts with, it is starting with what tag? See, usually this would be, oh, what happened? Did I close it? Okay, so if you see here, in the XML, whatever you start, you should close. For an example, I have been started with suit. Okay, now after this particular enclosing, the body should be here. Now my suit is over, right? I can close this particular suit in this way. I ask you to just refer what is this particular XML files. So this is the way we'll be closing it. Now there is a shortcut for this one. So this is what the shortcut which you are trying to do. See, so it started with suit. You can see it, right? And it is closed. Actually, there should be some slash. I don't know why these guys didn't give the slash. How it is? Oh, no. See, they started with the suit, and we have been closed with the suit. And if you wanted to close it in the same line, you can see that start class, and here you see the slash. Means same. This is the way also you can do all this. Means whatever the body, and close it with this one. If you wanted to end it in the same line, but if you have multiple lines, then you'll be keeping this one and then slash. So this is the closing, and this is the opening. This is opening. Okay, so this is opening, and then this is close. So now this is opening and this is close. So this is how this open close would work out for us. Okay, so now you see the hierarchy, what it was happening. First suit, then it's go for the test, then it go for the class, and inside the class, that particular class names. Now inside this particular class, means whatever the file name .java, in this particular file you have methods. Now you understood, right? So methods, class, test, and then suit. Now you understand this particular hierarchy, right? Now start with here. Okay, before going to this one, so now did you understand how to see? Just we have been seen how to create this particular testng XML file. Give a right click, convert into the testng project. Point number one. Point number two, can I store multiple files into this, but multiple files can I control with the testng XML file? Yes. Can I have multiple XML files? Yes. And then can I have different names for the testng XML file? Yes. And the hierarchy of this one. So they'll be having two basic statements, which is the standards which we need to follow. Now there will be a hierarchy for this particular testng XML file. It will have suits, tests, classes, and inside the classes the Java classes will be there, and inside that particular Java classes you'll have the methods. Till here we reached. Any questions on this? Any questions on this?
No, sir.
Okay, now what we wanted to do over here is pretty simple. Now we reached to till the tests, right? So till tests we have been reached, right? Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to create the @test. See, yesterday itself we have been discussed @test. So now what is @test will do is, so this will treat as an individual test case. Now what I'll try to write, M1, okay, M1, I'm in M1, @test, M2, I'm in M2, method 2, and @test, I'm in M3. So right, I'm in M3. This is three methods you'll be going to create it. Now here, Now first you create this one, step number 1. Step number 2, add this before method and after method, so that first of all you write this one and execute this. What is the output? Take the screenshot. Next, add before and after method and take the screenshot. Okay, anyways, I'll be seeing that one, right? So before method and after method, you'll add it. And then we will see on this. Now, holistically, how we will be traveling to understand this particular suits till here is, now starting from the methods, from the test. So now this is what the test, right? So these tests or methods are same actually. So methods, classes, test, and suit. So this is how we'll be traversing to the top. So this is where we'll be learning about it. Okay. So uh, now what I wanted to see is, you people need to freshly create this particular file. And once you freshly created this particular file, now you add these particular methods and create the test.ng file and add the before and after method and then show it to me. Okay, just I'll give you 5 minutes of time. So we'll connect back and then we will see out. Okay, start. So hope you are clear, right? Any questions? Because if you wanted to understand the suit, first you need to understand this one clearly. Then only you will understand that one. And the difference is, if you execute all these things at once and executing the tests at once, you will never understand. With your test cases, you need to understand this one so that you can understand this. Okay, go back, do that and then show it to me. Okay, done. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, share the screen now. Vishnu.
Okay.
Okay, so now if you see here, first we have been created one particular test. So now this is my first test, second test, third test. So comment line number 28 and line number 23. 28, 20, comment only 28. Because if you remove the annotation, that method will not work. Okay, so now execute this. Now what it happened? So when you have been executed this particular test cases, as you have the three test cases, so three test cases, this is my first, second, third. So those particular test cases are executed, and it gives you the status that all these particular three test cases are passed with the package names. Next one, this is the summary report which it was trying to do it, the bottom. So this summary, what it was trying, this is test-ng summary. Now what it was trying to say it is, hey, this is the default test, 3 run, 0 failures and 0 skips. Now this will give you at a suit level, that is a test summary. This is a suit summary. So these are the things you need to do the references. Overall, how many runs happen, how many test cases pass, and how many test cases failed, and how many test cases are skipped. Now I'll let you know what are the different test suits, where when how we will be seeing that one in the later part. Now let me first complete with the method, then we'll go for the classes and these things. Okay, now we understood that this particular, if you write at the rate test, so it will be executing with without having any particular main method. So directly we can execute this particular at the rate test. So this is what we have been understood. Now next one, what we need to understand is, let's add before method. So uncomment the line number 22. Now what it will happen when we have been given the before method? Now you execute this statement.
For every method, the before dash is.
So now what it happened when you kept this one before method, the name itself, it was trying to say that before method means before every method this will execute. Now you can see that I will execute before each every test case method. So that is what it was trying to print you on this. See, now we have three methods, right? So that's the reason it is called for 3 times and it executed for the 3 times. Now you comment this before method and uncomment this after method. Now you execute the program. So now you see the console. Now what it happened, you can see that after the statement. So if you previously what it was happened, before my test case, that particular test case execution happened. But now here, this is my first test. After that one, this executed. Means before that particular test cases, if you wanted to execute something, and after the test case something, it has to be executed something. So we'll be using this particular before method and after method. So this is the usage of before and after. Example for this one, a real-time example, how we can use this one as example. Now you take inbox, outbox, and trash. So you have 3 test cases. Now every time when you wanted to execute it, so once you will be opening the browser. So once you execute the browser, so that particular browser, you would be, we can execute that particular browser. Okay, we will be executing that particular browser, and once after that particular browser open, you do the login, and then this would be in the before method, and in after the method it would be closed, so that every time you'll be open the browser, do the login, and after method it will close the browser. In the middle, what it will happen, just it will try to execute
Executed method.
execute that particular inbox, outbox, all those things. So this is how this particular real-time executions will be happen. So now you got it. So what is this particular first test case or second test case, third test cases? Now you clearly understand from this particular point of view. Okay. So now what we will try to do once after this one, now you keep both the things, before method and after method. So now we execute this one, right? Now you execute that. So now you can see that before the method and after the method. Before the method and after the method. So this is how this would be executed, and then it will be giving the results back to us. Now we will do one more thing. So you copy the same, means line number 23 to 31. Copy on the line number 32. So change this one to before class and after class. Import that. So now what we have done, so previously we have been seeing that before method, after method. Now what we will try to see is before class and after class. Okay, change this before class and after class to dollar symbols, hash symbol to the dollar symbol, so that it gives you the accurate differences. You can copy paste the dollars also. Okay, now you have it, right? So now you see it, what it happened. Now you can see it, right? Throughout this particular Java class, okay, throughout this particular Java class, starting it executed once and comes on at the end it executed once. So this is what called as before class and after class. Now till here it is very easy and simple to understand. You got it, right? So now what it happened, so I can execute this one before once for that particular class, and for the second time once I'll be executing this particular class. Now what you can do is, so now you create another file now. So now, okay, till here, any questions? What we have discussed is at the rate method we discussed, before and after method we discussed, before and after class we discussed, and testing the XML file we discussed. Till here, any particular questions or any other pointers? Any questions?
No, sir.
All clear?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay, so now let's go for now create another set of class. Just to copy paste this with the class name and then do that one. So now in the same class, so just I wanted to have, without having that particular class, before and after class, you create everything and then you can just prepare it.
What is it? Without before. Okay. Shall I copy paste this before class and after class? It's not necessary.
Yeah, before class and after class also, you change the symbols now. Instead of that particular dollar symbols, you keep separate.
Explanation.
Okay, now you can write even. This is my third method from fresh means other class, second class. So everywhere you add that second class. Copy that particular statement and paste it in all the places.
Shall I change these symbols or only?
That's enough. So before class and after class,
Yeah.
and now even for before method and after method also change the symbol. So why I'm asking you to change the symbols is you can see the differences. You can give minuses, yeah, whatever the thing you wanted to do. Okay.
Yes.
So now given a trick. So execute this particular file first. Open, maximize the console. So guys, this is also the same file. Okay. If you see here, the class it is in the star symbol. So star, this is the second class. This is before class, it executed once, and this is after class once it executed. Now here you can see that before method we have been executed with the percentage symbols, and then here you are executed that particular statements. Simple class file we have been created now, and we have been executed. Now I wanted to execute these both class files at one shot. Now what I need to do? Now I need to go for testng XML file. In this
I have
particular XML,
created this fresh XML. Sir. Shall I?
now whichever the, yeah, you can go there. Fresh XML file.
Yes.
So now here, where you need to add that particular file. Now you can see it, right? Line number 5. It talks about classes. Means if you have multiple classes, you need to add there. So the classes tags will help you to enclose or what we call that, enfingle this particular classes. Means I have multiple classes, I need to bound with that one, right? So classes in this particular classes tag. So now you see the line number 5 it starts, line number 8 it stops. Now if it is for a single class, it is class. So now what I'll try to do, once again I'll copy this line number 6 and paste it into line number 7. See now what if I'm doing, if I don't change the file name, what it will happen now? This will execute for multiple times over here. The same class file will execute for multiple times. Got it right? So you wanted to try it out, execute it once. Execute it from here.
Sorry. Yeah. It executed only one time. It executed only one time.
Okay, can you save that and re-execute that one?
Same.
Okay, fine. I'll just check this one and I'll get back to you. Now add file number 1. Now you execute it. So what it happened now? Have you seen it? So you highlight that one. So first class number 1 execution. See, class number 1 execution is still here. You can see it, right? Before class, after class. Now you can see that star symbol starts. So from there, that's a second class. Okay, you can see that that's a start class number 1 starting and class number 2 ending, and intermediate before we have it. So if you wanted to execute this particular multiple classes, now what we need to do, you need to come to this particular testng XML file. Go to the XML file, please. So in this particular XML file, you can give that one into the classes tag so that it can be executed, and then it will give for me now. Okay, so till here, now I understood what is test, what is method, and what is the class. Means before and after class, before and after method, and I have been understood this one. Now I need to understand test. Go back to this test. In the testng XML file, not this test.
Okay.
In the testng XML file. Now copy from line number 4 to line number 9. You missed that particular angular process. Copy that and then paste it again. So now here you can see that particular test and this particular test. Now in the line number 4, name equal to test you have been given, right? So change the test to boss, or whatever the name you want. This is, you can give anything. Now boss, this is test 1. Now you give it for test, the same thing, copy it and paste it in, say that it is test 2. Wantedly I'm giving the typical name so that you can see that differences over here. Okay, test 2. So boss, this is test 1, and boss, this is test 2. You have been given these differences. Now okay, first you execute this one, execute the program. Now you see it, what it happened. So highlight this section, highlight the section. Okay, first section, you can see here till
Yes, sir.
this one
This is first.
is the first test. In a, you need to understand that a suit can consist of multiple tests. This is test suits. Now you have multiple test suits, right? So now here you will be, you execute it for the first time, right? So here those things will be there. And second, no, you see it from the dollar symbol, right? So that is the second time it executed for us. So now this is what the test level which it will be executed and you're giving back to us. Now scroll down. So overall, see now for every one single execution we have 3. Now 4 times it executed, right? 4 into 3, it gave 12. So that's the reason 12 test cases are passed. This count also should be matched, right? In one single Java file you have 3. Now we are executing 2 files, means you need to have 6. But what we have done in the XML file, go back to the XML file.
We executed 2 times.
We executed two times, right? So that is the reason it went to that particular pointer. Got it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now let me add some more thing here. So because even now I'm just seeing only ones, right? So now you go to the class 1 file. Here, scroll down. Now we copy line number 34 to 42 and paste it and change it into before test and after test. Give it with the plus symbols. Okay, so we have been added this one, right? So now you execute this. Now you go back to the same exam, save. Anyways, by if you given the default, yeah, auto save it will happen. Go to the XML file. Now you execute this. Now you open the console. The console is important here.
Yes.
You can see that plus plus. You can see the first statement plus plus. I will execute before test, before every test. Okay. Now you see that I'll see that I'll execute after test. And you see that I'll execute before test once again, because these are two different tests, right? Two different tests, right? That's the reason it added for that particular two different tests. Now you go to your class files.
This is
Okay, here if you see here, you have been added this plus plus here, right? Now go back to your XML file.
okay.
So now you have two different tests. So now when you're starting that particular test, it will execute once and it will close this. So now here, how many tests you have? Two. Now, if I have added one more test like this, can I add this?
Yes, sir.
You can add n number. It doesn't really matter. You copy paste it. You added this test. Now you have three tests. So now how many test cases you'll get it?
18th.
For one test, how many test cases we have? In one test, how
Three.
many class files we have?
6.
One
one
test,
file,
we have two class
Two.
files, and in one class file, we have three methods. Now, for one test, how many methods? How many tests we methods we have? 6.
6.
Now, if I executed 2, I'll be getting how many test cases?
12.
If
12,
I'm executing 3,
18.
18.
now you execute and you see it. And you see that every test will once it execute once and it gives you back. So this is how the test will run. So the test can consist of multiple classes and batch classes. See, now You may not understand why we need to have these all things, but when you go for the real-time implementations, there you'll be seeing all this. Okay, so now grouping of that particular classes, it will help you to do the smoke test, regression test cases, execution. But this will help you to execute different module smoke test cases and execution. You stop sharing the screen. Example. Oh, I didn't share the screen. So example, so now if you see here, so hope you guys are able to see my screen now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what I'll try to do is, I have, for example, now you take me the same Decathlon app. In this particular app, I have payment module and I have product module. I have categories module. Now, in the payments, I have smoke cases and the regression cases. Smoke cases and the regression cases. Smoke and regression. Now, if you see here, one test, name, payment. What are the class files I have it? Smoke cases of this one and regression cases of this one. And classes, I'll close this. Now I have second test. Name equal to product. And here I'll be having the classes smoke and regression. The same third test, I have it. This is for category, name equal to category. And in the classes, I have smoke and regression. You see it, right? This is how it will be implemented in the real time. Okay, so smoke classes, I probably have 100 test cases here. Here I'll be having 50 test cases here. Here I'll have 45 test cases. Here I have 65 test cases. Like this, it depends upon the different modules. But now when you start to execute it, we can execute all. Now I don't want to execute this all. I'll comment this particular code. So now this particular code will not execute. Only this will execute. These two. So this is how we can play around with that XML file. Which test cases need to be executed, which test cases not to be executed. Actually, here what we can do is we can add another tag called include and exclude. Either you can comment the code or you can say that exclude. So those all things are also there, but exclude, include, I'll be talking in terms of groups so that it would be easy for us. So this is, see now, what you need to understand is what is before test, after test, before class, after class, before method, after method, at the rate method. So these are the things which we have been discussed till now. Last but not least, which is the suit, which we need to discuss about it. Okay, so tomorrow, anyways, you will be completing with the groups and the priority. Okay, so don't mess this particular two things. What is grouping and then different type of methods which will be having it. So we'll be talking about that one and then we'll discuss in detail from the suits and from the groups, and then this one we'll complete it. And what you need to look after this and come back is data providers. What is this particular data provider? Look into this particular data provider and come back for tomorrow's session. Okay, so we will start tomorrow with the suits and then grouping and priority and with other methods, and then we go for the data providers. Okay, so that's it for the day. I need to jump for the other meetings, guys. So probably I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye all. Have a great day. And probably from tomorrow, what we will try to do is we will try to catch up 8:30 to 9:30. So because always I'm having this particular late 5 to 10 minutes, I'm getting late for the other meeting. So probably I'll once again confirm you that 8:30 to 9:30 session, so that it would be better if you connect at 8:30 and then we'll close at 9:30, and then I'll have good enough space to get joined for the other meetings. That's it for the day. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you all. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.